What's up, guys? And I am going to be a react. I'm going to tell some facts and also going to do song covers. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. It is some common science myths that people still believe today. So let's go. So one of the things is that we only use our brain. That's not use
a lot of our brain, or maybe it's something that we don't even realize that we're using, or things that are voluntary versus involuntary. So, breathing, which is involuntary. So, we breathe on our own. If we try to hold our breath for a long time and we pass out, at one point we will start breathing again, because that's our body alarm system saying we need oxygen. It's true that a great deal we don't know about the brain, but we certainly do know that we use our entire brain, like I said earlier. We need our brain to be on 24/7 for survival skills, and that'll help us out to stay. Otherwise, we probably don't have this big of a population today. So another myth is that there's a dark side of the moon. A lot of people still believe this, and it's in movies and TV shows today. But from our perspective of the Earth, we are able to view about 59% of the moon. Of the surface, at least. That's not all the same time. Not all at the same time. So, the remaining 41% is completely hidden from this vantage point. So that 41% must be shrouded in freezing darkness, never to feel the sun's warmth, which is, I think, is pretty interesting. So, one is that the full moon affects behavior. This is just a superstition that has been going around for years, and people it's a coincidence, scientifically. There could be, in some religions, that they believe that the full moon will affect somebody else's behavior. People have put out stories or have a video of, the full moon affected this person's behavior, which people believe that it will increase sleepwalking, it increases deaths, but it really doesn't, honestly. It really is just, full moon. It's something to do with outer space, and the moon, changes throughout the month. Sugar makes children hyperactive. That's not necessarily true. Kids in general have a lot of energy, and sometimes when children are told that, I don't want to give you sugar right now because it will make you energetic, when they do get sugar, sometimes they'll leave. Oh my god, I'm so hyper. But a lot of the time, it's not really true. Honestly, from my experience around kids, it makes sense. After a while they start running around, but that's just, their kid energy, but they will crash right then and there afterwards. It's just excitement, maybe for a birthday party, or for Halloween, for example, which is when you get free candy. I mean, hell yeah. So there's that. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. That's actually not true, because a lot of areas gets more lightning than others. So it is definitely possible that the same exact spot will get struck by lightning. Just because it's rare to get hit by lightning and stuff like that, it doesn't mean that it's impossible. Because dropping a penny from a tall building will kill someone. Honestly, that one I feel like a lot of people should know that's not going to do anything. They're just gonna like, oh, WTF, that's a penny. Just hit my head. The worst it can do is maybe a small cut. That's the worst it can do, but no. It's just a myth that has been spread around for years, maybe centuries, maybe definitely decades. Just because it's at a different height doesn't mean that it will hurt you even more. It's like rain is from a very tall height, very high. Comes from the clouds, which is very high and out in a different atmosphere. I had to think about it for a second. From a different atmosphere, but when it's from a different atmosphere, it doesn't necessarily mean that rain's gonna kill us. I mean, it's basically the same thing. Also, hair and fingernails continue growing after death. No, because you need the vitamin and minerals in order to grow your hair, grow your fingernails. You need those cells to be moving around. But all your cells die when you're dead. So it's impossible, or almost impossible, for hair. It's like a plant dying. It can't grow anymore after it's dead. So and one that still goes around today that I know that a lot of parents tell children or teenagers, cracking your knuckles can give arthritis. That's actually not really true. Arthritis comes from poor body shape, or just the way your bones formed, or maybe just genetics in general. It's like, oh hey, I'm cracking my knuckles. Oh shit, I have freaking arthritis. No, that's not gonna happen. I mean, yeah, it's probably not good to crack your knuckles all the time, but scientists have proved that that's not really the case, that you'll get arthritis cracking your knuckles. So don't worry. If you've been cracking your knuckles for years, don't worry, you're not gonna get arthritis. I hope this is a good reassurance. It takes oh my gosh. This one I have heard so many times. I heard it as when I was younger. It takes 7 years to digest swallowed chewing gum. I think this is just a point for our parents to tell us not to swallow chewing gum because you could possibly choke on it. It really doesn't do anything. It's, gummy that is sort of the same texture, yet we're able to digest that. We can digest almost anything. Not almost anything, but a lot of things we can. Chewing gum is just basically the same. It doesn't take 7 years. It takes the amount of time to digest anything else. Maybe take a little bit longer, but it's definitely not going to take 7 years. I think that was just something that our parents have told us so we don't swallow chewing gum. It's not a very good idea, but it's not going to hurt you. And the last thing is antibiotics kills viruses. That's actually not true. This one pops up every cold and flu season. Antibiotics, by their very definition, kills bacteria. The common cold and influenza are viruses and are not affected by antibiotic use. While some might think that taking antibiotics could be helpful on some level and want them for viral disease that is dead wrong, and could actually bring on more problems because every body reacts different. They react the same but in a different way, It's taking antibiotics in a manner contrary to their intended purpose or dosage instruction could cause other common bacterias within the body to become drug resistant, which is not good, because if you are commonly taking one medication or antibiotic for say simple cold or flu, your body's gonna get used to it. It's not gonna be helpful later, because what you get it a whole lot worse, and you take that antibiotic and it doesn't do anything. It's not really gonna solve anything. So yes, it is helpful in some ways, but it depends on how sick you are, what version, because sometimes there's different versions of the cold. Not really with that, but with influenza A and B, those are very common. I've had influenza B is not as common as influenza A, which is the common flu. I had influenza B. It's not fun. And if you keep on getting it, then that's a serious issue. It could cause other like illnesses to build up, and like could cause pneumonia and other kinds of diseases. But anyways, I hope I didn't bore you to death with this. If you're into science, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll be back and I will react to some videos in my next video. See you there.